When you're actually writing a song, how much do you have its future audience in your mind?
Sometimes we do write songs, like we wrote a song once called Freedom, which was a song about a situation on the campuses in America, and to a lesser extent in England too, in Britain too. And that was obviously written with the idea of involving the audience so that they would listen to the words more than perhaps dance around or whatever. But a lot of the time songs just come in the form of tunes or words, or sometimes both together, with no particular object in mind, other than when we finished it, it just seems to fit in with the general set of material, so we perform it.
So you don't find any preference in importance between the words and the music?
No, not really. In one way, I think the music is essential to people that are kind of orientated to dancing to or listening to music. Thereby they might get to listen to the words and draw some conclusions from the words, you know, whatever they might be.
You're talking earlier about your song Freedom. Do you think it would have been as effective to have stood up and made a speech about the same subject? Or is the music very important, and does it get the message across to more people?
I think so, yeah. I suppose some people, a good poet, a good orator, I suppose can put as much dynamics and light and shade into his words as we could with words and music. In fact, there is one song we used to do called The Refugee, which was basically a poem with a bass drum, just a bass drum beating. But generally, I think that for us, it's much easier to perform with music, and we're much more likely to get people to listen to what we have to say lyrically if there's music accompanying it.
How important are live appearances for you? Because I know you depend a great deal on audience reaction and participation. Can you feel the way an audience is accepting the material?
Yes, yeah, and also sometimes they can change how we feel. I mean, I was talking to you earlier about light and dark. I mean, sometimes we come upon a darker audience, I suppose, in terms of good, what one might call good vibrations or bad vibrations. Sometimes the whole audience might perhaps be influenced by a minority within it, and then they therefore influence the band.
What do you think is your function as a musician in society?
We have had lots of arguments in the past with different people who, I mean, some people claim that our first consideration should be that to entertain. We should try to entertain first and foremost. Well, although I think we should entertain, I don't think it really matters what the priorities are or what one thinks of as the first thing to try to achieve. I think it should be a sort of hot pot of all the ingredients that we can possibly put in. As I said, the thing has changed now. When we first, at one time, like a few years ago, people used to just get up and play 1, 2, 3 and they were away. Now, I mean, we use lighting and sort of various effects, and the thing is becoming more theatrical. We do a little mime sequence, which I suppose that's beginning to explore the language of the body and movement, as well as, unlike the classical performer, also we can make our own announcements. We can stop if we like and talk about something for a minute or two. So there are lots of little parts of any performance which have to be learnt anyways. Lots of crafts in presenting one performance.